Hey, Tor here, Appalachian Grit. Yes, this is my third video of the morning. I'm on fire. But there's a lot going on. Here, I want to talk about in this one, escape routes. If you have to retreat, you need to know how to deal with enemies and how you're going to, if you're already bugged out like me, I'm not retreating further than here. I will temporarily, but you always need a plan to retake it. So you also need to think about the pursuit of enemies. That means your terrain. You need to figure out your exit strategy. Where are you going to go? How is the enemy going to pursue? The best way to do this is to walk it yourself, see the terrain, see where kill points are, because you could always run ahead of them, circle back, and then ambush them. And that is one way to do it. I intend to do that, obviously. And I already talked about my caches and whatnot that I have set up all over these here mountains. Everywhere. And look at that video. It'll be coming out the same probably time as this, but this is something to think about. Think of the movie The Patriot, right? Or Behind Enemy Lines. You need to think in terms of this because we're in that scenario now, and we're getting closer and closer and closer. And God forbid the robots become these kill squads. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll do a video how to make a pocket EMP grenade. If anybody's interested in that, I mean, you're going to need capacitors and microwave, essentially. You're going to need the... Anyways, you can probably find it online. There's little pulsers, jammers, and things that may disrupt them, but they're all hardened anyways. You should guarantee they thought about it. But anyways, that detracts from the point. You got to think of your escape route, which way you're going to go, and have multiples. And also have the choke points and kill points. And you need to be able to think of long-term evasion. And you've got to think in terms of technology because depending on the force that's coming at you, folks, it's an uphill battle already. I don't know what it's going to look like then. Like, we're seriously going to need the protective hand of God for these things. There's a lot of tech out there. For my ex-military dudes, you know what you're working with battlefield surveillance, and I can only imagine what they have with the artificial drone technologies and this and that. I've thought about this myself. How do you protect yourself from thermal imaging and surveillance? There's ways to do it, depending on the season. If there's tree cover or not, that might help. Clothing doesn't really help much. People will say that it does, but an umbrella works. You just need an umbrella just to keep the heat away from you. But you can see videos on that. There's people that do it. But you got to think of these things is the point. Use your terrain to your advantage, and you've got to start preparing for these things now. Because you don't know who it's going to be. Is it going to be the EBT rioters? Because they're talking about cutting a lot more than just EBT benefits. All right, there's going to be a lot of homeless people, folks, that are not just homeless, but they're starving. They've been cut off from everything, and they're going to be angry about it. And before government comes in and deals with it, that's what they want. Don't forget the Deagle report, folks. The externalization of the hierarchy. This is the year it all begins. Anyways, it's going to be roving bands of people that have turned feral because of the environment. I mean, it doesn't take more than 2 or 3 days for people to start eating each other, let alone killing each other. Go read your Bible about those things with sieges and curses by God during warfare. They eat their own children. These are all real, and we're in the times. This is going to be the worst time in human history, folks. And remember, that's worse than the times of Noah. And there were some say even 2-mile-tall giants walking around devouring mankind. That's pretty bad. And then a flood that flooded the entire earth.
My movie.
Jesus
Share successful.
Christ. This is why I don't like technology. It scared the crap out of me and just talked to me when I didn't ask it to. Don't put that crap in your head, Elon. Anyways, think about it. This is going to be a relatively short video, but your escape strategies and your countermeasures. Plan accordingly. Use your terrain to your advantage. All right? You should know what I'm getting at without having to get into specifics. Plus, it depends on your terrain and your circumstance and your ability. But if you're physically not fit, you need to get physically fit. I talk about it in other videos. Coming off the medications and changing your diet will get you there quickly. Carnivore diet, check it out. It helped me. All right, I'll leave it there. Enough said. Do the damn thing.